Hello guys and welcome to the full summary and spoilers for chapter 276 of Tokyo Revengers. And the title for chapter 276 is called, Get Over. In this chapter we get to see the aftermath of Mikey's battle with Takemichi, and also we get to learn the truth behind what happened to Takemichi. And so you guys in the spoilers, the leaker actually leaked the whole entire chapter, but I won't be spoiling the whole chapter. However, I will give you guys a brief summary of what happened in this chapter. But before I get into the video guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Tokyo Revengers videos. Anyway guys, the first thing we see is the aftermath of Mikey's battle with Takemichi, and Takemichi got killed by the curse, and his body is laying in Mikey's arms. Mikey thinks that Takemichi is dead, and Mikey is breaking down into tears. We see that all the Toman members are crying, and Mikey is still holding Takemichi's hand. Mikey is begging Takemichi to wake up, and Mikey asks Takemichi to open his eyes. This is such a big change for Mikey's character, because at the beginning of this arc he never showed any emotions, but now we see him breaking down into tears. Mikey rests his head on Takemichi's body, and his tears start falling onto Takemichi. And this scene where Mikey is crying is actually a direct parallel to the scene where Hinata kisses Takemichi, because we can see that Mikey and Takemichi are in the exact same position that Hinata was in when she kissed Takemichi. Anyway guys, in the next scene we find out that the time leaping power has been activated, and the time leap actually worked. And just like I was saying in my last summary video, there is this panel in chapter 152, and in this panel Takemichi said that if he can time leap, then nothing is impossible, and he also said that he will save Emma and Baji. And this panel was foreshadowing that Takemichi will successfully perform a double time leap, and in this chapter we actually got to see this happen. And this panel also foreshadowed that Takemichi will save everyone that died. Anyway guys, when Takemichi time travels back to the past, he wakes up as a small child, and he is laying down in his bed. When Takemichi got up, he immediately became shocked, because he just realized that he traveled back in time. Takemichi also noticed a calendar on the wall, and the calendar said that the year is 1998, and the month is September. Takemichi went into the bathroom, and he looked at himself in the mirror, and then he became surprised when he realized that he is in the body of a child. And Takemichi is still in shock, because he can't believe that he just time traveled, and in this timeline we learn that Takemichi is in first grade. Takemichi then started thinking about Mikey, and he started running to Mikey's house, because he wanted to see if Mikey was alive. And this scene where Takemichi runs to Mikey's house is a direct parallel to when Takemichi ran to Hinata's house in the first episode of Tokyo Revengers. And when Takemichi first arrived in the past, he immediately ran to Hinata's house, and in this chapter he is doing the same exact thing with Mikey. And Takemichi also rang Mikey's doorbell in the exact same way that he rang Hinata's doorbell. And when he arrived at Mikey's house, Takemichi was confronted by Baji, and Baji had just arrived at Mikey's house. Takemichi recognized Baji, and Takemichi thought about his memories of Baji, and he remembered when he first met Baji. Baji approached Takemichi, and Baji asked Takemichi what business does he have with Mikey, and Baji also said that he would attack Takemichi depending on his answer. And then Baji decided to punch Takemichi in the face with a right hook, and Baji looks like he is angry. This is a funny moment to witness, because Baji also punched Takemichi in the face when they first met, so this is a direct parallel to that moment. We know that Baji is an impulsive person, and when he was growing up he was an extremely rowdy child. For example, when Baji first met Kazutora, Baji punched Kazutora, and they also got into a fight. And as a child Baji was so crazy that he even lit a car on fire, and we saw this during Kazutora's backstory, and when Baji lit the car on fire it was a birthday present for Kazutora. In the next scene it is revealed that Emma is also alive, and in this moment Emma started talking to Baji. And Emma is scolding Baji, and Emma reprimands Baji, and she tells him to not fight in front of other people's houses. A few moments later we see that Shinichiro also arrived, and Shinichiro asked Baji what is happening so early in the morning, and Shinichiro says that they are so noisy. Takemichi immediately recognizes Shinichiro and Emma, and he sees that Shinichiro is smoking a cigarette. After walking into the room, Shinichiro pats Emma on the head, and we get to see this quality family moment between the Sano siblings. Shinichiro also noticed that Sanzu arrived, and in this chapter Sanzu is also at Mikey's house. In this timeline, Sanzu doesn't have the 2 scars on his face, and it looks like Sanzu is attending school, because we see that he is wearing a backpack. Baji starts talking to Sanzu, and he tells Sanzu that if he was here earlier then they could have beaten up Takemichi together. However, Sanzu is not interested in fighting Takemichi, and Sanzu just asks Shinichiro where Mikey went. We learn that Mikey is currently sleeping, and Shinichiro yells out for Mikey, and he tells Mikey to wake up. Shinichiro, Sanzu, Emma, and Baji are all crowding around Takemichi, and they are all staring at him, and Takemichi is sitting on the floor. Anyway guys, at the end of this chapter we get to see Mikey, and in this scene Mikey approached Takemichi, and Mikey started talking to Takemichi. And Mikey asks Takemichi what is his name. However, when Mikey gets closer to Takemichi, he suddenly recognizes Takemichi, and Mikey just says Takemichi's name. We get to see Takemichi's reaction, and when he saw Mikey, Takemichi was stunned and he was confused to hear that Mikey knew his name. Takemichi was surprised that Mikey recognized him, because Takemichi thinks that they have never met before. And in his head, Takemichi wonders how Mikey knows his name. Takemichi is also on the verge of tears, and he is thankful to see everyone alive in the future, and he is also relieved that everyone is safe. In this timeline, Takemichi has the chance to fix everything, and he has the opportunity to save absolutely everyone that died. Anyway guys, the fact that Mikey recognized Takemichi could mean that Mikey retained all of his memories from the future timeline, and this also means that Mikey probably time leaped at the exact same time that Takemichi did, and this means that Mikey is also a time leaper. Anyway guys, there is also this photo of the Toman founding members, and in this photo the space in the middle is missing. And this missing space could be foreshadowing that Takemichi is going to be a founding member in this timeline, and this missing space could be for Takemichi. And I think that Takemichi will get to see Hinata again, and I think Hinata will get to marry Takemichi, and at their wedding, we will see her wearing the wedding dress that we saw in the Banten arc. And I think that we will probably also get to see Draken's relationship with Emma, and we will also get to see Mikey's dream, and in this dream, Emma and Draken got married. The dream I am talking about is the dream that Mikey was talking about in chapter 148, and we saw this dream when Emma was on her deathbed. Mikey said that he has a dream that Emma and Draken will have a baby, and in his dream, they will also build a house together. Mikey said that whenever he will come over, Draken will ignore Emma, and they will drink together, and they will also laugh and talk about their stories. Mikey said that they will stay up late, and they will hang out with Mitsuya and Takemichi. And in this dream, they ended up waking up the baby, and Emma got mad at Mikey. And in this scene we see Emma attacking Mikey with a soda can, and this is a funny moment to witness. And Mikey's dream could be foreshadowing that Mikey will actually get to see this dream in this final timeline. In this timeline, I also think that Takemichi is still friends with Kikucho, because we saw this flashback of Kikucho and Takemichi in chapter 165. And in this flashback we see that they are good friends, and they would always hang out together. It is also possible that Kikucho's parents will survive in this timeline, and we might actually get to learn Kikucho's last name. Anyway guys, that's all we got for the spoilers of chapter 276 of Tokyo Revengers. Also let me know what you guys think of the spoilers in the comments below. And like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and thank you for watching.